What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out Bitcoin. We're going to be diving into Bitcoin dominance and a little bit of stablecoin dominance. Quick shout out. I really appreciate everybody stopping by for that last video. Throughout the video, I made some claims. I stand by those claims, right? There are some things that I'll clear up at the end of the video, but overall, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate hearing your guys' feedback on what you think the market is going to do. And a lot of those, ideas I agree with, right? So I'm really trying to build this community of resilient minds through honestly what's going on in the world, right? There's a lot of manipulation, not just in crypto, but in the entire world, right? And so trying to build a community that doesn't fall for the cheese, right? And so let's get into it. I really do appreciate it. And so I hope that this video helps you, and I hope that your weekend has treated you well. So Bitcoin here on the weekly, right? We got this bars pattern from the last correction in April. I will say this is what we're experiencing is a little bit more of a steep correction, but the move is there, right? The move is there. The similar move is there, right? You got your three-wave move. Right through here, you have like your overshooting B, then you come back down. I will say, right, apples to apples, this is a 5-wave move, right? I will say, right, because you got like your 1, 2, 3, and then you came up and you came back down for a 5th, right? We don't have that quite yet. We don't have that yet. So there's some conflicting, I would say, stories that Bitcoin is telling, right? Bitcoin, as of right now, is saying, yeah, we're definitely in a 3rd. We need a 4th, and we're going to need to come back down for a 5th. That's kind of what Bitcoin is telling me right now. We'll get into some reasons why that could be true. If we could see, some kind of move happening, it's kind of getting sticky, right? But overall, we're still closing above the 100 on the weekly, which is good news, right? You're definitely oversold. Bitcoin is definitely oversold, right? I mean, there's bullish divergence everywhere. You got bullish divergence on the Fu Manchu. If you guys don't know, Fu Manchu is a free indicator. You don't need to go buy it, right? Some influencers, they try to sell this to you, right? It's called right here, the Fu Manchu with divergences. Okay, it's similar to the MACD. I like the colors. I like the way it looks. It has, it has buy signals, sell signals. It shows you bearish divergence, shows you bullish divergence, okay? As of now, once this green dot hits, I believe that a large bullish divergence, green line will be formed, right? Because you got a lower low on the Fu Manchu and you have a higher low on price. That's good. Look at this hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. You got lower low on the weekly RSI. You got a higher low in price. So something right now is happening where Bitcoin's price isn't reflecting its strength, right? So the price is dropping, but the asset is still strong. Okay, so a lot of people are crapping on Bitcoin. Oh, stick to gold. Gold doesn't go down 30%. You're right. Gold doesn't go down 30%, but gold doesn't also go up, hundreds of percentage either, right? Gold is pretty standardized. It's resilient. It's reliable. I'm not hating on gold, but at a 30 to 40% premium, when it takes months and sometimes even years to get there, I think it's a little bit more risky to invest in gold than it is to assets that have been sold off and kind of crushed over the last couple months. So I digress. If we go into the daily, before I get into there, so price predictions, right? So I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. These are just my ideas. But Bitcoin, for the next move, I'm expecting something to come up through this 130s, right? We have this marked out on the daily, right? How do we come up and interact with this again, right? Do we come up and reject? That's not a great look. Do we come up through here and then use it like that and do something crazy like that? That would be something, wouldn't it? Right? We're still waiting on the 5th wave. I'm expecting a 5th wave. Okay? So you need a 1, 2, you need a 3, you're going to need a 4th, and you're going to need a 5. That's what I expect coming. 5 waves, right? 5 waves. Okay, you need a 1, 2, you need a 3, you need a 4, you need a 5. The 5th wave of this last 5th wave, I do believe, could get up to, right, this 146 to 164. People have asked, like, oh, do you think it's going to go to 200, 300, 400, 500? I think it is in the future, right? I think it is in the future, but during this run, I think Bitcoin needs to just cool off, reset, right? Find, support at previous areas of resistance, and then make that next leg up. But I do think the highest, craziest possible number that I can really think of on this next run is 186. And that's over the course of the next couple, weeks slash months, right? From this low to this high, Bitcoin went up, 70%, right? 70%. So, if you're expecting let's just say we come back down through here, I'd rather be more conservative. 70%, that's at 137. So that's not the, the crazy numbers through here, right? But that does match up with what we got on the daily, and that's kind of that's how the channel works, right? So let's go over to the daily. Okay, so the daily, we've had these numbers out for a while. These price targets, you actually hit this one perfectly, right? Had this one up for a long time. You can go back and check the receipts, but we've had this 134 for a long time, and so that's kind of something, that I expect Bitcoin to get to. That's like the first target, right? So this is how the channel works. So now that we're above, right, 85, we need to target 96. Okay, need to target 96. These are the two ranges, right, from 85 to 96. Okay, I'm going to give you some reasons for, I kind of said there's a little bit of confusion right now in Bitcoin. This 100 looks, unless we get a crazy couple days, this looks like it's going to cross, right? So let's kind of expect for a cross. Is that a bad sign, right? Oh no, we're going to cross. The 100 is crossing down below the 200. We're going to go down another 20-30%. I don't believe so. Right? I like using previous examples, right? Previous instances of a situation, and then, relatively speaking, seeing what happens, right? So you have this situation where, Bitcoin was kind of tanking, and, I don't think this is as an aggressive looking 100. So I don't think we're going to get a bounce like this. I don't think this is happening, right? I really don't. If it does, right, we're expecting, a really strong rally coming this week. We'll get into that on the prediction side, but this is one instance where, you could have something where you rally. Okay, you have a 1-2 setup. Okay, you have this nice 1-2 setup, and where'd you go from there? You kept running, right? I will say that's not as likely in my opinion. This looks likely, right? And you're saying, and then, I already hear the comments, well, look, you entered into a bear market. There was a bear market, but there's a rally before the bear market, right? There's a rally before the bear market. And I really don't think that this, cycle is going to be like any other cycle. I really don't. I don't even think it's a cycle. I just think Bitcoin and crypto is about to enter something very different, right? Stage is set for something very different. But overall, right, the price action, either way, both times rallied, right? You had a rally right here, you had a rally, and you had a rally, right? There is to be 10 billion shorts liquidated, and I believe at 100, just over 102,000. 10 billion shorts to be liquidated at just over 102,000. Right, just over this mark, right? It's right here. It's right at this 50, right? So everyone's got their shorts set to right there, right? Everyone's expecting to come up through here and then to reject. That's what everyone is expecting, right? Everyone's expecting that. And wouldn't it be something for crypto just to be like, you know what? Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to push right through it, come back down, use it as support, then go. That would be, I'm expecting something big to happen this week regardless. Both of those examples, something big happened, right? Yeah, you're getting a buy signal on the Fu Manchu. Hasn't really equated to anything. I do like that the stochastic is green. That's bullish, but you're still super oversold. You have so much to go at this point. The Fu Manchu hadn't been this oversold since April, right? right, since April. More oversold than it was in August. Similarly oversold to the bear market lows. I mean, you're at an area where you should bounce, right? So Bitcoin is at an area where it should bounce, right? Seeing how this, the RSI interacts with the moving average is going to be huge, right? Do you come back down and make a higher low on RSI but a lower low on price? Could be, right? Could be something like that. So we'll see, right? We'll see. In terms of, stablecoin dominance, let's go into Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is right here. Right, Bitcoin dominance on the weekly chart. Right, we're looking for a, this week coming up. We are expecting something, right? You can go back, check the receipts. I marked out the 24th a while ago, right? And you got the cross on the 20 is crossing down below the 50. I've gone over it multiple times, but for those who are new to the channel, right, it's happened twice before. It's happened once right here, and it's happened similarly once right here. Okay, through here, right, altcoins had like their 1-2 setup, their pumps, everything kind of got set up through here. And then Bitcoin rallied, right? And then altcoins really hit their stride. So, we could be in a situation where we do something like this, where altcoins, they take the lead, and then Bitcoin starts to go, right? Or it's just a flat out, or it's right through here, and Bitcoin rallies this week strong, right? So Bitcoin dominance would obviously rally, and then altcoins catch up and start going. All right, so overall, right, we got a red dot, we got a sell side, signal on Bitcoin dominance on the Fu Manchu. We're still waiting for, you got to wait for confirmation. So you're waiting for something to come down through here, right? This RSI, and then reject. That's when right? Sorry for my chicken scratch. It's all over the place. So that's what we're waiting for. Like for real confirmation, right? It's just like Bitcoin. Right, I'm not, I don't pick and choose, right? Oh, just because, Bitcoin fell down below, it's over. Just because Bitcoin dominance fell down below, it's over. No, you need to come up and get a rejection, right? You need confirmation. Come up, reject, and go. Same thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs a retracement. It needs a relief rally. It needs something. So that everybody, here's what's echoing in the sentiment. A lot of people are echoing, Bitcoin is going to zero because I sold the lows. Right, that's all I'm hearing is I sold the lows on this coin. X marks the spot. Right, so people, to confirm their emotions, right, because their emotions had them sell, not logic, their emotions. So now their emotions are, first of all, they're angry at crypto. They're angry at influencers that have sold them this lie, right, for over the past year, 2 years, however long it's been. Right, alt season is here. This is going to be the greatest thing. Crypto is going to be the greatest thing. And it just wasn't ready, right? A lot of things haven't been ready. I will get to that. And so, a lot of people are in despair. They're angry. They're confused, right? They've lost a lot. They've lost everything, possibly. And so what now is taking place is these people are looking to lash out at those who, have conviction, those who are buying fear, right? Buy when there's blood in the streets, even if the blood is your own, right? That's my take from Warren Buffett. It's a great saying. And so overall, right, a lot of people are upset. And that's kind of when you see these large moves, because those upset people will then that's max pain. Max pain isn't going down because most people have sold, right? Most people have sold, most people are out. Max pain is now going up. So you get the double entendre of you lost money, you sold. You sold out on the opportunity to getting out even or making money. So you're, right, what people keep saying, liquidity. There is billions of dollars of liquidity that have been taken from retail over the past year. Billions. And that money will be injected into crypto, injected into traditional stocks, whatever it is. And that starts the pump. That starts it, right? That gets the 1-2, that gets people back, that gets sentiment flipped, and then people start coming back in. So, sorry for that. Just kind of went on a little tangent there. We got the stablecoin dominance on the weekly chart. right? This bars pattern is from this. I just blew it up just so it's easier to see. I'm a blind man, right? I'm blind, but I digress. This right here through here, right? Something similar, right? Something similar where you got something, I don't know, like that, right? Doesn't have to be exact. I'm looking for structure, right? You got 3 down, you got 3 down, you got 5 up, 3, 4, 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 up. And so what you're looking for a rejection at some point, right? You're looking for a rejection at some point. You know, it has broken out of multiple. It is the most overbought it's been for a very long time. Since July of 2022, it's broken out. And so, you'd expect a large move, right? And it's, if you're new to the channel, you can go back and check it out. We were saying on this channel that this is getting bullish, right? This chart is getting bullish. It is bullish. Through here when we were kind of oscillating down, I was like, okay, we gotta make a move. And the fact that you broke out above, you broke out above the 20 EMA through here, and then used it as support was not great, right? Was not great at all. You're getting across from the 20 above the 100. It looks bullish, right? This chart looks bullish. Can't deny it. On the monthly, right? On the monthly, it's broken out of this, this bearish pennant. This, when you come down, you slam down, you take the lows, right? It has broken out, right? So you had this one touch point. You got 1, 1. You got 2. You got 2. You got 3. You got 3, right? So it did break out. The month is not over, right? The month is not over. So we're looking for a close below 776 on the monthly, right? Close below 776 on the monthly. That would leave a very large wick to the upside. And then you would have 3 touch points, right? You would have the 1, 2, 3 on the top. You would have 4 on corresponding to the lows, right? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get the real breakout. I think this is a false breakout, right? I really do. I truly believe that this is a false breakout, and that, over the next couple days, over the next couple weeks, this is going to drop down tremendously. On the daily, right, we're getting, it's until this can break down, reject, and then come back down. There's not a whole lot that's going on with this chart. This chart it's been, overbought for a while. It's been resilient for a while. It's above every EMA, so it's got all this support down through here. There's target zones down through here we're looking for. But ultimately, it's that 776, right? This is what it is right through here. Okay, we're trying to get down below there. So, overall, we're looking for a move that will take us through November, right? This next move needs to take us through November, right? It can't just be like 1, 2 days, 3 days, and then it recovers, because, November needs to close. It's going to close red, more than likely. Everything is going to close red in November, and that's fine. But it needs to show that it's reversing, right? It needs to show that it's reversing. It's kind of like the March or the April, right? Where's Bitcoin? Where's March? March, April. I'll go the weekly, so we can go week by week. So through here, like you ended March, right? You came down through here. March was red, and then you started April red, right? You started April red, but it then recovered, right? It then recovered. So you're looking for, something where you can, get some kind of respect back, right? Some kind of respect back through November. Right, and then possibly you start December red, possibly, depending on, the interactions with the EMAs, price action, things like that, and then you rally, right, and then you rally. So that's what I got for today. That's what I got for, Bitcoin dominance, stablecoin dominance. Some people had some questions about the total 3, right? The total 3. This is from this bars pattern is from this right here. It's from this right there, right? You're getting the same setup. Everything's the same. Everything's the same, right? You're about to get a cross from the 20 up above the 50, right? They're both pointed straight up, which is great, right? You're gonna get a close above this trend line, right? It did happen through here, right? It happened here and here, and then what happened, right? You sold off. So we need a confirmation, right? Always confirmation. So next week, like I said, next week's going to be huge, right? Next week's going to be very big. Um, and so yeah, that's what I got for today. That's what I got for Bitcoin and just the update on the video from Friday. You know, I really felt the need to. Sorry, excuse me, that was Thursday because I had to leave Friday. Thursday, I just felt the need to update some things, right? When I said QT is ending December 1st, thus QE is beginning. It's more of a right. QE officially isn't beginning December 1st. What is happening on December 1st is the Fed is reducing, right? They are they are now going to be adding $500 billion a month, right? $500 billion a month to the economy. Before that, it was restricting, right? It was at 95 billion, right? There wasn't it was they were adding just enough, right? Just enough to keep the economy flat while trying to attack inflation, right? Trying to attack inflation. Don't add more circulating dollars to the economy because more circulating dollars equals higher inflation, right? So they added less, right? They allowed the economy to catch up. The economy has caught up. So now they're going to start pumping money back into it. So it's called what many say like silent QE, right? The Fed hasn't announced QE, but right, with Fed rate cuts now over at 70% expected for December. It's crazy how that happens, right? It was at 40% like a week and a half ago. Now it's at 70%, right? I'm expecting a Fed rate cut. They're pumping money into the markets. We're at extreme fear. And, typically December and January are pretty good for crypto, right? November should have been good, right? But overall, right, the whole, narrative of you crash in the summer, you pump in Q4. Well, we pumped in July and we're crashing in and we're dumping in Q4, right? So the narrative has been flipped on its head, right? All the crypto veterans who have been around the block, they're all bearish because, their 4-year cycle has been ruined. In my opinion, I think they're buying right now. I think they're counter trading their audience. I think that I digress, right? There's a lot of negative things I want to say. I'm trying to keep this video positive. I believe in the coming weeks, we're going to see a rotation back into risk on assets. And I believe, right? I believe that's why I'm making these videos, that many are going to be caught off guard or on the sidelines, right? And then they're going to FOMO and get wrecked again, right? Because they don't buy in these moments. They don't hold in these moments. And it's not even about buying in these moments. Just hold, right? In my opinion, right, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. But if you believe in something, right, if you invest in something, you should be willing to hold it because you see the intrinsic value of something. And that's the level of research and conviction you should have before investing your money, right? Let your money work for you. You only allow things to work for you that you believe in, that you trust in, that you have conviction in, right? And so overall, that's what I got. I really want to give a shout out to everybody that has stopped by and supported the channel. The channel has blown up. And, my intentions of this channel was I just saw what was going on with a bunch of influencers over and over and over again, right? It's, 2 days, watch out for 2 days, or buy now, or, alt season is here, or this or that, or this or that, and just over and over and over and over and over again, people just kept getting destroyed. And I was like, you know what? This isn't right. I'm going to make some videos. I'm going to see if people like it, and people have liked it. And so I'm going to continue. So, as always, I thank you for your time. I really do. I appreciate you stopping by. It means a lot to me, right? Your comments mean a lot to me. Good, bad, the ugly. I'll respond. I don't hide from it. I'll respond to it. And I'll make adjustments, right? And so I wanted to clear that up with the QT and the QE. In my opinion, I still believe, the inverse of tightening is loosening, but, potato. It is, in my opinion, what I said I still believe in, right? I still believe in a risk on asset environment. And so overall, right, I'm still bullish, baby. I appreciate you. Hey, you always take it easy. Peace.